light shines so bright, you might go blind. Blind, blind. When I walk through, they close.
Hey guys, welcome back to our channel, Two Girls, Two Opinions. Thanks for stopping by. Remember to like, rate, comment, and subscribe. Please hit that subscribe button. All your support is greatly appreciated. I appreciate you stopping by to see us again and watch this review. Today's review is The Alchemist of Souls, as you can see from the thumbnail. The Alchemist of Souls I watched on Netflix. There's two parts to The Alchemist of Soul. The first part is 20 episodes, Alchemist of Soul. The second part is Light and Shadow. And I think there's about 16 episodes. I can't remember how many episodes that was, or 16 to 20 episodes as well. And the Light and Shadow. And so Alchemist of Soul has Lee Jae-wook, which I love. It's Kang Yu. And Jang So-min, which I love. I love her. She's Modogi. And Go Yoon-jung as Naksu. She was okay in part one. And Hwang Min-hyun, he's Sol-yu. And then the king was Go-woon. That was the name of the king. And so The Alchemist Soul is about the love and growth of a few young mags as they overcome their twisted fates due to a forbidden love, like a forbidden magic spell known as the Alchemist of Souls, which allows souls to switch bodies. Now, the Alchemist of Souls was exceptionally good, part one. And the reason why I say that is because it really gave a vivid picture and depiction of sorcery in a sense of like just the act of it. The alchemy of souls had been happening long before these two mags stepped on scene. And you'll find that out in the drama. Jungkook, he is looking for like a teacher because nobody wants to teach him. They locked his inner core and they can't open it up. They don't know why. Like some of them know why, others don't. In the beginning, we find Naksu. She uses the spell, Alchemist of Soul spell, in order to transfer her soul into Modogi's body. And Modogi is unsuspected, but she is actually blind in the beginning of the show. So once she transfers souls, Modogi can see now. And then she ends up becoming a servant because she literally forgets that she's Modogi. And Naksu is really controlling her because she took over her body. And then it just plays out, Naksu playing as Modogi. She teaches Jungkook spells because there's a sword that she had used, and she kind of like forgets because she blacks out too, but she kind of like forgets that her powers and what she can do. So throughout the drama, it kind of depicts the fact that she's trying to regain her memory, regain her power, because in the body she's weak. In the body that her soul transferred to, it's kind of weak. Modogi was a really weak person. And then, so she's trying to regain her powers, trying to regain her status. But then in the process of that, she's also teaching Jang-wook spells and how to fight and how to, because they're also, I think they're having a competition too. So yeah, so all of this transpires, but the real reason why I actually wanted to do a review on this one, because I actually thought part one was really good. I sat through part one, like binged it for like a day. It was that good. That's how good I thought it was. Part two, not so much. I didn't really like part two. I think they focused too much on just nothing really, and telling a backstory that no one really cared about. I can honestly say that. You can sit through part two if you want to. I wouldn't suggest it. Just you, if you want to sit through it to watch the backstory, then that's fine. So during the time that Mudogi and Jungkook was training, they kind of got in trouble a lot. Mudogi stayed in trouble. She stayed in trouble. I was like, this girl is the most troublesome character I have ever encountered in my life. And then, so he was helping her. They were fighting. There was like people trying to kill them. People were snatching souls left and right. There, we come to find out that there's way more people in this little town that used soul snatching for like long periods of time. There's so many people. Then there was just a lot of trickery. There were people using. They did all kind of sorcery in this, because at one point I think they put like a worm in somebody's body to control them. Like there was a lot of sorcery. That's all. That's the only word I can think of to describe what was going on in this show. But it was just pretty much, it was really nicely done, where you didn't think of the sorcery so much, because that wasn't the main focus. The main focus was him learning how to fight, their love story, them overcoming obstacles. She's learning how to like regaining her power. At the same time, he's regaining his he's learning his power. She's teaching him, and he doesn't even realize he's teaching him. So there's a lot of things going on in this drama, but you don't get lost, which I appreciated. But all in all, I think this drama was a really good watch. I pretty much binged it in one day. Then when I went on to watch the second part of it, I wasn't really so pleased with the second part of it. So I was just like, I could have did without the second part. I didn't really care for the backstory, because the first story, the part one did so well. There was no need to get the backstory. And then I didn't like Jo Young Gung. I didn't like her in the second drama. And I mean, in the second part, I didn't like her in that part. For some reason, I just kept saying, dang, I didn't like her. And then I didn't realize, as I was watching the second drama, which was crazy, the second part of it, I didn't realize that she was the same girl in part one that I liked. It was so weird. She was like two different people in part one and part two. And I liked her in part two because she could fight her butt off. And it was a really good scene. But then when I seen her in part two, I was just like, what? No, ma'am. No, get off my screen. I didn't want her to be in part two. And then another reason why I didn't like her in part two was because Jung So Min, she did such a good job in part one. I was just so angry that they replaced her in part two. Because I just kept saying through like the whole part two, like, where is she? I want her back. I want her back. So, I mean, I don't know. If you watch this drama, drop down below and let me know if you felt the same way. Because I was literally having buyer's remorse when I watched part two, because I really wanted her back. And if you are listening, director, I'm upset that you replaced her. Just an FYI for you. But anyway, so it was 20 episodes. It didn't really feel like 20 episodes, but probably maybe by the time I got to episode 17, I felt like it was a little bit long-winded. They gave you enough romance to keep you, and it was really funny. It was really entertaining. I liked the fight scenes. The fight scenes were really good. I liked there was just so many things, and there was so many in this drama. There was so many little teeny love stories taking place. So it was the main character's love story, then it was his dad's love story, then it was his friend's love story, then it was his other friend's love story. So there was like 4 or 5 love stories happening in this one drama, 20 episodes. Great. Maybe 6, because then there was another love kind of sort of brewing with his trainer. Then they had a bunch of funny bath scenes. They had a bunch of fun, like they did a really good job playing up the comedy in this drama. And we all want to see love dramas, but then we definitely want some comedy, which kind of like balances the two out. And I think this one did a really good job at balancing the two with the love and then also with the comedy. The comedy was really good. It was funny. And then the love stories, they were funny as well. Some of the things that they were saying, it was like an old school love. It was like, it was good. It was really good. So all in all, I would give this part of this drama, I would give it a 4 strawberries. Only because I feel like it was lagging. There was some parts that I was just like, come on, really? The king, like, Golden, I was just like, you are the dumbest king ever. Outside of the king from Yonsei Palace, he takes the crown because he was just so stupid. She kept fooling him. The alchemist soul master kept fooling him. Like everybody kept fooling him. He just believed anything, and then he would talk himself out of situations that he figured out the answer to. It was just you guys gotta watch to find out. But all in all, I think this one is a definite watch. Part 1, I'm a little iffy on part 2. You let me know. Comment down below if you watch part 2 and what you thought of it. Maybe I was just ODing. Maybe I was just overthinking, doing too much. But let me know what you thought about part 2. Comment in the comments down below. Thank you guys for stopping by. Thank you guys for watching, and we will see you on the next one. Annyeong.